association in order to make a good name of the country and the association by an elfin talent. So it's about the way we package it. But withdrawing completely from somebody who wants to give and later pulling here and there, it will be the best. We have difficult organizations that sometimes they tend to support better. So I come back fully to in a way to also support that. Yes, the difficult organizations, they are the people who sponsor better. It is based on the experience. That is why I was first asking the point whether we have worked on something to help or defend and protect the image of GA, because any sponsor who wants to give now, based on the past issues, even up to the COVID, now there had been technical way of supporting any organization now. Even philanthropists who come in to support people in the community, they have modernized every style. So we should not leave any organization we're dealing with, whether they have troubled us, not troubled us, but the legal component, let's reduce it, because if we are not on ourselves, we don't have any account with the government, and we don't take anything like DFA doing, we have to come down to move our organization. So let's, in as much as possible, rebrand the approach as how we'll be meeting these organizations. And I'm sure moving on, we're getting better to be attractive in the country, because people have started picking up, saying that yes, athletics is moving. So I support that idea. Let's move on with them, like then giving them a notice, thanking them, like what Headmaster said, Zasule said, thanking them, and then still tell them we are still alive and we are still going on, so that if they have anything, they will come up with us.
All right, and then, yeah.
This
Want to close?
yeah, okay, so just cement what you just said. See, the profit was a very small one. So if you go attacking with legal matters, the next time, currently the ND will be moving to some maybe Eco Bank or something, and as soon as he sees your thing,
These people, they are in the court.
So I think we should keep it quiet and deal with the engagement like.
All right, thank you very much for the submissions. For me, as an individual, I don't fancy litigations. Because the legal issues, I don't want to go there at all. They never end. And even if you win, it doesn't mean anything,
damage,
because you will have damaged yourself in other ways. So let's not go that way. But with Django Brothers, I don't think it's time for us to just say no to them. Yes, they were having challenges. The day we went there, I think that was our last meeting. Yes, we met them. They promised us heaven and earth that they were going to support us to organize our program. But because of logistical constraints, they were not able to do it. And that doesn't mean that that is the end of the world. We are starting a new year. So we can still go to them, fraternize with them, and then remind them of their promise to us, and see whether they are in a position to go along with us, or if not, if they themselves tell us that, well, because of A, B, C, D, we feel we cannot continue, then that one, they have given us their word. But for us to just sit down and say, we won't go there again, I think it will not augur well for us. So let's still open the chapter with them and see what we can get. If we are not able to get anything, there are other avenues that we may be looking at. So that is my opinion. So Mr. Smith, let's reorganize and see how we can rekindle our relationship. Then we are in the new year, we want to find out what is their stand with DA as we enter the new year. So hear what you say. All right, so CEO has something to also talk about.
Thank you, Mr. President. All what we have spoke about in terms of image and sponsorship really depends on one particular issue. anytime at all there's a good story about Ghana Athletics, some particular people will find reason to advance us and to finish or to cover the good deeds. And what I'll plead, especially with those in Accra and Kumasi, when those things happen, we shouldn't just keep quiet. Or we shouldn't just look up to the president of the CEO or child to come and rebut that. Sometimes our rebuttals become 1-2 million. When you even rebut crap, people don't even listen to you. Every time at all, you are the same person and the same person. Yes. Look at what happened in Birmingham. We have, since 1976, no Ghana team has ever performed better than what we did in Birmingham. Now, because there was an issue of the relay, people did not even see what we did there. Even after that relay issue, the coaches still managed to come out with 2 medals. How many coaches can still come under such pressure and yet still come to produce? But when that thing comes, when such issue comes, everybody's sitting backwards, leaving only the secretariat to take it. Sometimes it's just too much for too few people to tackle it. If members, those in Accra, those in Kumasi, those in Tamale, programs are being organized, they come out forced to defend it. That one we can easily win that fight. It happened during the African Games in Morocco. When that girls won the high jump gold medal, the boys won 4x100 gold medals. Another girl was a bronze medal in long jump. When we came, the narration was not on DA. The narration was other people who supported them to go there. Even Joy, there was a big show on Joy. Somebody said he had bought a shoe, spikes for the high jump, but that made her to win the high jump. I'm telling you, that day, Joy was the coach. He advised that we should allow her to do free jump, no checkpoints. We told her, man, checkpoints, but there are checkpoints. He stopped with the checkpoints and he cleared the next 3 heights.
Oh, wow.
That was how the girls won that. That incident has never been mentioned. And somebody buying a shoe for her was being mentioned, even not less on a show like Joy FM. GA was never mentioned. But the business case was the same thing. But the business case could have been the ice on the cake for athletics. But they always find ways to dim our lights. If we don't find ways to fight that thing back, and even for only one person or 2 people to fight it in Accra, the things will be GNPC and Ghana Gas, if you go to their records, they've given thousands of dollars to athletics. But you get individuals go in the name of athletics, take the money, go and do their Shanghai, and that ends it. When we attempted several times to even meet GNPC board to discuss this issue, we were prevented. If you go to Ghana Gas to meet the boss, you can meet the boss because he's our friend. It's just he's our friend. You meet with him fine. Afterwards, we hear that people will pass back and take our athletics money, go and do what they want to do with it. Until we stand as a body, as a unified body, to fight this deliberate maligning athletics. Anytime at all there's a good news, some people will come on the past one. Charles fought at one of their somebody was saying that I shall be demoted. What's happening in Birmingham? I shall be demoted. I shall be sacked. Senior journalists will let me the difference between an administrator or on-field incident and off-field incident. Something that happened on the field of play. What that has got to do with the administrator?
Or even with the coach.
With the coach. Or even with the coach.
But it's unfair.
different thing. You understand? The coach has done his job, player is there. Now he's there on his own. He does something, but this is the coach's of this.
So until we stood as a body, fight this things, this program is to come. That is why sometimes it's difficult for us to get a sponsor. I clearly remember we went to Pan American Hotel to meet the CEO with president. The first question she asked us was mathematician. The one is our name, people are always talking negative about our athletics. We was lucky she had time for us. We stood for our 30 minutes and explained to him what were the issues. Then he understood it and gave us $20,000. I don't know because of that he don't know anything. And I'm not sure he's the only person who thinks like that. A lot of people think like that. So until we stood together, until we come out, whatever there's any negative issue, all of us come to defend the GA, we're still going to find those things. I'm very sure that one can also contribute to the issue of jungle.
Yeah.
Somebody go forget about this, they're always fighting. They're always in the media, they do this, they do that. Because we don't rebut. Cases will come and everybody just keep quiet. If I don't speak, if Master don't speak, sometimes they all come in and just will write. That is all. We'll come back here to complain about the same issues. Look, the Birmingham performer, as since 1976, since Ghana started performing Congo game, no athletes have won the fourth in 100 meters. Aziz was fifth, Ganser was fifth, that was the best performance. But this year we had somebody who nearly won the bronze medal. The last medal won in sprint was 1976. No other athlete had ever been to high jump Congo game, let alone go to finals. Yes, all athletes were in the finals. Even, I'm coming, let me finish. Even when the guy who won the silver medal, what is his name? Dave Bronze. It has to take an experienced coach to be able to handle it because she came injured, but she had the potential
and few hours to the event.
She had learned 6 hours to a heat. When she even locked up in Frankfurt, she found ways of communicating with the coaches. They were communicating with her until she got in. They gave her a few hours to sleep, and they defined a strategy that once you got injured, please let's go and do what we have to do. Your first jump should be it. So if you see all white jumps in the heat, the first jump was the qualifying jump. In the finals, the first jump was the win, was the bronze medal jump. Yes. If you don't have an experienced coach, people will give me the first one, second one, before you get the useless. When has Ghanaian ever won a medal? When Ghana has ever won a medal in female long jump in Congo game before? That's never done before.
No, in Olympics.
No, apart from Jason won.
No,
Nobody has ever won. But yet, this good story was not told. What we were hearing was the issue of we agreed there was a problem, we agreed there was a mistake. We can't do that.
I'm telling you, United States of America, UK, all of them.
All of us, we are Western. So we need to stand together and fight this kind of. The people are doing deliberately.
Of course.
Marco, the best and take money. Mukwa, Mukasi, we basically Mukasi, then they give they pay them money. And they'll come and put out outrageous arguments where you may not hear.
Thank you.
The exam was first.
Most of these things come out in English.
Yes.
Because I can start anything with a friend for the GA or say anything about the GA. I being at this prep, they tag me as the PR of the GA. Meanwhile, I'm talking about the truth, the main incidents on the ground. But these people, propaganda has a good way of bringing out a whole of the place. I think the propaganda aspects, they have more money for it and the truth come out. So these people have set up a committee or a group in all the time simply have a strong communication aspect, communicate to each other. But the GA has to release information to all members. If we can't release the information to all members, we cannot stand there to talk the right from the wrong. Anytime we come all the time, the bargaining will come on the GE. So we can defend it all the time. So Mr. G, CEO, I think the communication aspect has to be strong. I think that we can at least defend GE all around.
Okay.
So I think what Mr. Bauer has said is all right. Like he said earlier on, these guys are organized. I think that one of the problems we have with GA is that media communication, we are not organized. We need to set up a media team, and then when things happen, the briefing is that a lot of the things you are saying, I don't know. All the things that you're talking about, if I have it, and say I'm officially on the PR, I can handle it. But if I don't know it, I go attacked from some guy who said that I'm PAG chairman and this thing happened and I haven't said anything. And he started insulting me all over the place. I mean, yeah, he went viral. You know, so I think that we need to set up a media committee. And as soon as things happen, you have the facts, you brief them, somebody goes out there and he basically runs with it. You know, this thing about this competition was the first time somebody got the fourth position. It's a plus. Like people out there either they know it or they will not even talk about it. We have to sell our story. So I think that the first thing you need to do is to set up a media committee and then equip them with the facts. So that when things happen, the leader basically takes it up. We will basically be supporting it behind the scenes, but they will be hitting it, you know, the radio stations, you know, they will be talking about all these things, and they will be home dry. That's what we should do.
Yes, I think we all had the same idea at the same time. What I would want to add is the media, let's just try to look at it constitutionally under the CEO. If we can have a very solid, committed communication bureau, their duty within the house is supposed to only be battle, communicate wherever they are, because the media houses, actually, I always hear CEO talk about this GA, which of course his tentacles cannot cover the whole country and the world at large. So if the constitution can permit, let us, and that's my opinion, let us have a communication bureau, which of course theirs is to communicate about our events. Because why I'm saying this, we have a lot of athlete contractors, like President mentioned. Athlete contractors. I experienced one when we were in Koforidua, and it made one of my boys want to perform. That was just last year, because the contractor was there and the contractor didn't bring him. So he was timid in a way. After everything, he told me that, boss, this is the issue. So I was worried. So these are some of them. But if the communication bureau is actually solid on the ground, all these things will be talking, and the organizations and the other department who are seeking for sponsorship, they will know that GA is at the ground and they are actually doing their work. So whosoever comes, there will be a second thought before they release any funds. But if we are so quiet and always rebuttal, it actually affects the image.
Mr. President, thank you very much.
You'll be the last one.
I think I'll take it from the rebuttal before I make a quick observation I want to make. I think the key strategy should be communication without considering rebuttal. If we want to rebuttal,
Yes.
it will look like as if
People come before talk.
we will get aggressive. We will get aggressive. So we should put together a structure where the plan is to impose athletics into the minds of Ghanaians. All the good things we do, all the things we want to do, we heap it on them on regular basis. Even when people have spoken against us, we should communicate rather than be seen to be rebattering the issues they have tabled. I think we should get aggressive with communication and let people know what we do. I must confess, Mr. President and members here, that in the last 3 or 4 years, I do not see any federation or discipline that has done better than Ghana Athletics. I don't. In fact, in the last year, for instance, we were active and we did better than all the federations. We sit here. You and I still do not know what happened to our boxers at the Commonwealth Games. What did I want to say? Nobody is talking about that. When deliberately they were doped. Deliberately. We didn't dope, we only had the technical challenge. That has become an issue. That has become an issue. I do not think we are doing bad at all. But it is important for us to repeatedly remind people of the good things we do. All of us. It cannot just be the leadership. All of us. So please, let us be part of the communication. It cannot just be a team. Yes, the team will strategize and let you have it. But all of us should be part of it because I still maintain athletics is still the #1. In a year where we had about 5 or 7 local championships. How many federations did that? Boxing, Accra, apart from football, our more resources. Boxing sits in Accra, hockey sits in Accra, discipline maybe, tennis sits in Accra. Athletics, we go round trying to develop an next talent. Yet, we are the level federation. When we have gone international and performed better than all the federations, sometimes I get emotional, but I try to control my emotions. Because when you want to speak to it, one way or another, and in fact, after the Commonwealth Games, no one said anything. So no amount of press conference will do. So you just have to allow them. But I agree, we must find time to periodically tell our stories. If it means we must pay for it, we should pay for it. Because I remember there was an organized press conference before when President took over. And the narratives were different because we took care of the media. We didn't take care of them to go and tell lies, but at least they listened to us. So this house must agree with the positive things about us. Otherwise, the bear and the bunny, somebody have one in a man for you on the Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, Mr. President. Please, the matter of media or communication, I think is something that we should take a very critical look at it. It's like you've left everything on the CU, on the ESCO platform. This is not ESCO meeting, but I'm going to say on the ESCO platform and the regional executive platform. ESCO CEO puts information over there. You get nobody comment on it. Yeah. We should engage more on the platform because it's over there. Like Mr. PAG chairman is saying a whole lot of things that Mr. Bawa is saying, CEO is saying, he doesn't know about it. But I have a philosophy, something that I don't know, I ask. Because if you don't ask, you wouldn't know. And we are handicapped again. We don't have money to be having face-to-face meetings. So we should engage the platform so that we can abreast with the information, so that we can, talk good about, sell ourselves or tell our own stories. Because these days, a lot of people have bloggers that sell their stories or sell their information to the public. And some of them, we all know that it's lies, but people are buying into it. And you all know the people who decided to put sand in our gari. We know them. And those people, when you want to say, some of us who are in the same platform with them, when they say it and you go and say the truth, they come and attack you personally. And not one person, 2, 3 people, one will say, another will say, then will continue saying it. So the matter of media or communication, I don't think we should put it on the CU. I suggest we get someone or a group of people that will, their work will only be on that communication or telling our GA story. You can tell GA story or GA review. Not on the, we should take it out from there.
If we strategize in-house and have a structure, a communication structure in place, we can always preempt them. To put ours there first before theirs comes. Because when theirs comes first, it becomes difficult to change the notion in people's mind. But if our information goes out first before they put theirs out, at least we may stand a chance. So I think we should strike first all the time.
All right, thank you very much for all the contributions. Yeah, with the media, I think that communication is very, very important. Fortunately for us, we have Mr. Charles Asibi with us. And last year, he did a very good job by organizing the media for us. And it's good that we have a communication bureau so that maybe he will hear it and will identify 2 or 3 journalists who can do the work for us. For us in Upper East, after our deliberation, we wrote in one of them, Asian, as our PRO. And the information is now just flowing. So if we are able to establish the bureau, we can rope him in as one of those who will do the communication for us. So it's actually, you are there are some of the media personnel who are our friends. So let's get them together, we'll sit with them, and then we constitute the media bureau around them and let them do the talking for us. So when there's anything, CEO can call any of them, brief them, and then they go out and sell the information. I think that will help. We call somebody to talk, it will not waste. Now when we have that team, I think that it will go a long way to help us. So I hope you'll be able to.
Mr. President, I agree we should have a communications bureau.
Yeah.
Some of us will be advisors, but it should be chaired by the CEO.
No problem.
Because every information about our sport sits with him.
Yes.
So he should chair, but we'll put together
The
a
team.
team. Yes. I mean, to even have some congressmen or board members on that communication bureau.
Yeah, we can have one or two.
And then also,
I think we can, for the structure, we can even divide the country into 3. The southern, the middle, the northern. Probably we can station people who can quickly.
Yeah, that's another.
If I may carry, I think now the information is flowing. So I think all the regions, let's get somebody. When an information comes, let's throw it to them. Go to where it is, blow it. So if northeast it is blown, Oti is blown, here is blown, the whole country have heard it. Then if the communication team is in Accra, Accra there we are easy convinced, then we find. Meanwhile, the whole nation have heard it. So at least let's get PR in, let's say, in all the regions. And always those people should be visiting in the platform, the regional platform. So any information which is there, you don't understand what they say. See, this one, what does it mean? I'll be going on the radio station. Brief me more. Then you go there and keep on briefing. Yeah, you can be.
I think that we have the media platform for that information, where you can relate every information to them. So immediately, anything comes out, you just release the information to them to just spread it out. That was the main idea for that one platform. Not for them to come back to the original platform, but wait for them to see. And when the CEO get the information to them, then it's blow up.
Because some of the original platforms are already put on information already.
So always there. When you go now, you will see.
I am Julius.
Please, let's,
I am
one at a
Julius.
time.
I am Julius Robert Pilogo. I was threatened not to talk on this issue by him.
Uniform commissioner.
In fact, I think that all that we are saying is all well and good, means well, but I want to find out whether somebody is putting this on paper. All well and good, not one. But the major thing is that all the things we are talking about, it boils down to one thing: finance. We are a poor association. Go. We are financially handicapped. And most dealing with most of these media people, until or unless the person is committed to the cause, we will find all the fine ideas, it will end there. Don't go anywhere with it. The president is talking about something from Apple. I bet you, give him 6 months. Afterwards, if he's not seeing money, he'll start with growth.
I don't think that.
I am telling from the human
Somebody.
unless,
Or if he's transferred.
unless the person is committed.
You know.
Okay.
Look, there was one
Before the Commonwealth Games, we came out with a list. I spoke to CEO. We added Matabisa. The strategic plan. What was the issue on the ground? Someone could say, now then no Matabisa. I said, she was the toast. She's the champion that people have talked about all this while. Now we are giving her the opportunity to go to say, but she hasn't competed anywhere and what I said, okay, then go and tell the media what they're telling. You know, so it is the commitment. And as we all know, and I don't want to repeat it, it is like we have some people who are ready. So what we need to do, as Filipino employees identify with CEOs, we should always be ahead. We should always be ahead. All the things we are talking about, it's not a difficult thing to do. And let's see if we have the resources to be able to support, because in a certain region here, we bring things and maybe. You understand? And we'll get for all, or where is the central point. So these are things we're looking at. It is all on finance. All these other people we are seeing, they use money. But because we have somebody fighting us, you know, that's why it's so. Like Vice President said, who talks about boxing? They did worse things after the Commonwealth Games. Nobody talks. They never got anywhere near anywhere. Any competition we go which involves athletics, it is athletics that brings the name of Ghana. At the top. No other sport, but I don't talk about it. So let us look at the amounts, how we can motivate this. It's the financial aspect. Well, I remember Erasmus is with us, but I don't know his commitments now. Because financially, it's also.
Okay, so Mr. President, respectfully, let's put together a structure.
Exactly.
Okay, let's put together a structure. Let's have plans and see how to deal with our communication strategy. I agree, we need resources, but I know that the media especially, the smart ones are interested in certain motivation than the direct resources. Those who go to see you for even support letter for visa are so committed to speak positives about athletics. So if the man is in work and you let him understand that, look, be an athletics journalist, and if there are opportunities, we will support you. They all have followed football and there's nothing in there for them. But these non-football disciplines, there are travel opportunities, and that's what the journalists want. So report for me, be with me, do the positive. When there are opportunities, I'll give you the chance. Irrespective of that, let's put together a structure. I don't know whether all of us here are on one common platform. Okay. So that when the issue comes, he scripts and dumps it there. Then you pick it up and do your communication. You can do them yourself because you are the regional reps and people will call you. So sometimes when they call the CEO from East or no, he should tell them, deal with the original chairperson. So he doesn't get to be speaking all the time. Sometimes you guys must do the speaking. When it goes wrong, then he comes in to fix it. That's how it should be done. And we should structure it said that every 2 months we must have something to engage the media. Ashanti, engage 5 media stations and say that Saturday we say the same thing about our programs, our events. Our athletes are doing indoor. Nobody is talking about them. Please, let's have a structure. We will share with you. And then this year, let's have a wonderful way of imposing our products into.
Mr. President, thank you very much. Yes. I think we are dancing around the whole thing and I'm getting disconnected a bit, but like, let me see whether this opinion connects us back. You see, journalists, they are the most difficult people you can deal with. Now, per my opinion, I propose that the Communication Bureau should be members of the House first, whom their duty is to back CEO in terms of communication. Now, at the regional level, if each of us can have our journalists or communication or PR within us, if it is something you are carrying from the Communication Bureau of the House to the journalists and engage them. And these Communication Bureaus should be like totally in charge of communication. Or else, if you are leaving the whole thing to be like us in the platform, if you see what you see, pick it and communicate. It will be like we being the regional chairpersons, and it is like we don't pay attention to some of the things what he says, and we don't even comment on the platform. But if there's a Communication Bureau in charge, they'll take it out, and then they can now liaise very well with the journalists. Even if it is a press release what we do quarterly, this Communication Bureau should pick it up and make sure all the program lineup should be communicated timely, upfront, not to wait for a rebuttal. So my proposal, or what I suggest, is that let's have a Communication Bureau within us, formed well, and they will be tasked with the role. And that role should be executed in line with journalists, so that alongside it is okay to go. But then if we want to look at the financial component now, we'll get discouraged before we move. We'll just get discouraged before we move. But then if this internally we are building and we'll build on, that is my opinion.
Mr. President, before CEO speaks, I think he's tabled a proposal. This is the highest decision making level. If we think it's worth considering, we consider the policy and set up the bureau before this meeting ends.
Yeah, we'll do that. Let's see you come.
In terms of media, we have GA media platform. The GA media platform. Almost all the big guys, I know you're on that platform. You are on that platform. We put information there, but they don't pick it up. You know why they don't pick it up? I have a friend who told me that about let's put that one there. I think that's a question, they don't put them through the question younger. They go don't see now, they don't feel the story. Backward and you're going forward. Or they ask you to go forward and you're going backward. The person is going to Slack and attaching to Slack. I gave him a first copy of the Slack report. Not that he don't know what transpired. Morris, I gave him a first copy. He knew all what happened, but yet he still went there and said all those things. just came out with another strategy that will work. The first media encounter. He got all those guys. Those guys who spoke against us were there. In that meeting, there were certain media guys that were conscious. There were certain sorting them out. The big guys, the editors, the sports directors of the TV stations. If they give you free air today, tomorrow, next time you send a program or hear your program or meeting times, or they just say it at the pass. And if your opponent comes there, they just give you a statement and they give your opponent 30 minutes. They will not stop you what they want to say. That's the problem. That's why we even brought calm again, to travel with calm. So, and I also talked to some of the GFA guys. I talked to Vantage and others were there. How were they able to build that media support? How were they able to get the ministry to support them? What they said at the end of the meeting, I was told that Atlantic, you don't have that money to do that. What you call, look, some media stations, some media guys were able to pay monthly salaries.
Some of them are still being
I certain paid monthly. He told me that somebody was taking $1,000 a month.
Really?
I'm telling you. Just know that.
There's a
Tell me what
highest
you
bidder.
mentioned.
The person who pays the highest gets called the
We're paying $1,000 a month. Now we're paying $500 a month. But he told me that we don't have that money. Because GFA, they had a media budget of $50,000 in their budget. We were paid that amount. But we cannot get that amount. So what we can only do to get the media when they are traveling, we travel with them. But yet, if you send the media guys here as part of Team Ghana to the ministry, you don't know the capital like that. So we have to build gradually. Chat is there, I suggested, let's have the media contribute. They will let them understand that we don't have too much money. We will give them what we can offer. If they travel opportunity, they let them travel. And they need introduction letters, we give them. Started that is working a bit, but we still need the full house committee. Because sometimes the people who attack me personally, and if you attack me one person, then you withdraw and they carry on. He put me into platform that I existed. Not that I don't respect me. But if I want to be on that platform, I will fight everybody. But then they can't attack me personally. If I'm attacking the issues, they won't talk about the issues. I don't know. Yes. Yeah, people do the pay. The big guys were giving and it trickled down to the reporters, those who go around with the recorders. Yes, don't know. This is right. What should you
But sometimes they may not even say thank you because they're peanuts. I'm sorry, I'm one of them. But
Yeah,
so as a Muslim bride,
do something. So I'm suggesting that you can also use the
Most people don't go to be like that. I don't find.
No, see, wait, when you share something on Facebook, I can go and copy and share it on WhatsApp. I can copy and share it on Instagram. So you get the link.
Also create WhatsApp in your name and do all kinds of things.
So we are telling our story. So if you go and read A and B.
So if there's a complication,
Let's have a
We're
consensus.
talking about money.
Please. Yes, we have all deliberated on this issue. And the thing that comes to mind is the communication bureau. How are we setting it up? What will be the population? how are we separated? Yeah. So I said, yeah. So help us to see how we can set up a committee. If it is the resources, that's how one better resources.
Mr. President, I wish within the next 14 or 21 days to present a structure. This
Western North.
they will come to this house. Once the house approves of the proposal or structure, then they begin to work. In no particular order, I feel that the secretariat should chair. So the CEO will be the chair. We must have a female.
Yes, madam.
We also must have a smart and vociferous former athlete. We also must have a technical person. So based on this, maybe we can quickly decide who qualifies to be there and then we take that decision.
A female, former athlete, and that's technical, that's four.
We have four.
So you can be
So
there
we
to
can
add
put
up.
an officer to check them. Though he's a former athlete, we can put an officer to check them. Commissioner.
No, but you yourself, you will be part of the team.
Finance, or legal. Sorry?
You will part of the team.
Oh, I can be an advisor to the team. Let's get.
So we are left with one. We have the CEO, female, former athlete, technical.
So I propose either him or PAG.
Yeah.
The PhD, they are the troublemakers.
So let's put him.
They are troublemakers, I was saying.
His people, not.
Is that what? I get all the hits. I get all the hits.
So please, we are forming the communication group, but yeah, don't you think we should have a journalist?
So
they will be dealing with the
this
journalists.
team,
Will be
this
dealing with
team
the
is going to
journalists.
put together the strategy,
Yes.
and they will give input. Because you have a technical man there, you have a past athlete, you have the CEO. So they will put together a strategy and
There should be a
information.
journalist on the team.
So that will be a media committee.
Yeah.
The media co- yeah.
We can form a media committee.
Okay.
We do have.
Fine, so we have who will now be the fifth person? No, it's that PhD.
Nobody can use them too much.
No, this one is not temporary.
So which female are we putting on?
Salah is here.
No.
So we have the CEO, we have Filipina, we have Kiche, we have Dr. Baba, and then we can put groups there as regional chairman.
Otherwise, we will still keep him on.
Athlete rep.
Otherwise, we will still keep athletes regular because already he is.
Okay, so let's decide either a regional chairman or athlete rep. Athlete rep, okay.
If there's a need to consider a regional chairman, one regional chairman comes in, then I join to make 7.
Okay. So that we have
So we have a-
7 member
Okay.
committee.
All right. So, okay, so we'll put Dude there. So it's far away the place he can travel.
Zoom meeting.
Okay, so,
Zoom meeting.
all right, so the media bureau, this is the composition. We have the CEO who will be the chairman. We have a female rep, that is Madam Filipina. We are giving us so many responsibilities. Okay, I don't know what I can say, otherwise just say one time. Then we have all athletes, the person of Mr. Richard. No, you are not good, you are only passed. Then we have the technical director, Dr. Baba. Then we have athlete rep, that's Iman. And then Dudes representing the regional chairman. So Miss Alice Waipata, every quarter. So we can prepare your plan by March. We'll have it. Or March is too far.
It's too far. 21 days.
February.
Yeah.
February.
Okay, so you will take the 1 days. Yeah. So that when you finish, let us go. We'll call for an ESCO meeting. Just to discuss that one and roll it out. Okay, is that okay?
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so we have finished with other matters of the last meeting. So let's give ourselves 10 minutes to stretch. And then we'll come back.
Want to pause it.
Okay, some people are saying we move on. That's you.
That's me.
So now we move on. All right, please, let's sit.
Sorry, this one is what he maintained.
All right, having exhausted the discussion of the minutes, I want to move that we accept the minutes as a working document for the association. I do move.
No.
Please reckon that. That's one example. President's report.
You can share the link to those.
All right, so members of Congress, we now want to present a report on our activities for last year. Now, you all agree with me that last year was one of the busiest years for us in terms of we were able to make a headway. Now, last year the activities started with the national cross country, and you know that for the past years, GA was not always involved in this activity. The National Sports Authority used to organize the activity without the involvement of GA. But last year, we were able to forge a relationship with the National Sports Authority, and we took charge of the national cross country, and all those who were attacking on that will testify that it was one of the best organized events. And so that relationship has been built, and we are working on it. Then from that one, we had some workshops or courses for technical officers, for coaches, and the first one was a basic officiating course that was organized in March, and it was in Kumasi from March 28th to April 1st. And we had our 50 participants for that, and I think 50 male and 10 female. So we had about 60 people, and it went on successfully. Then we went on to organize the second one in September. That was at Teshi. And there too we had about 68 participants. And so we can say that for now, at least, we are building our capacity in the area of technical officiating and all that. And that's one of the core things that we should do. We should be able to build the capacity of our people so that they can do the work efficiently and effectively for us. And at a certain stage, if we are able to prepare them adequately, they can go to the international level. We are working towards that. Then we also, for the first time in some few years, we were able to organize a campaign for athletes. And that was done in Tamale. And we invited 25 athletes to Tamale for camping. I think they did about 4 weeks. And it was also a successful activity for us. Then with the zonal championships, we were able to organize 3 zonal championships last year. The first one was in Tamale in February, and the second one was in Sunyani in March, and the third one was at Koforidua in the same March. So in all, we had a total of about 210 athletes participating in these 3 events. And now Koforidua was 210. In Tamale, we had about 45, 65 boys and girls. Yes, 65. Sunyani one, we had 165, and then Koforidua we had 210. Then we had our national open championships. And the first open one was on 2nd April. That was in Kumasi. We had a total of 240 athletes that took part. It was a successful one. Then the second one was April 14th in Cape Coast. And that too we registered 200 participants. Now the only thing that we could not organize was our national championship, that we were depending on the younger brothers to assist us, and last minute they could not get us the necessary funding. So they didn't do it, but we were able to partner with PPAG Short Commission, and we gave them, and they would partner them in a way to organize a championship in Kumasi, and that was from 24 to 26. I want to thank them very much for their efforts, because that one also helped to unearth some talents there. And they also had about 210 athletes participating in that one. Then we have the LOC Athletics Championship that was held in Cape Coast. After we had finished all our competitions, they came out that they wanted to do something. We couldn't deny them, we gave them the opportunity. And we also had it in Cape Coast on the 29th and 30th of June. We had a total of 220 athletes participating. Then apart from these local competitions, we participated in some international competitions. One was the West Africa Zone 2 Championship that we hosted in Cape Coast from June 20th to 22nd. It was also successful for us. We had a total of 44 athletes participating from Ghana. Then we also had the African Championship from 6th to 10th June. We sent 5 athletes to Mauritius, and we won the gold in high jump at that championship in Mauritius. And then we went for the World Athletics Championship in Oregon from 15th to 24th July. And that one, we presented 8 athletes. Now we didn't pay, though we could not win a medal there, but The performance was also not bad, it was good. Because our athletes, they qualified to the finals, except that they couldn't win a medal. That was a good one. The 4x100 we placed for at that meet. Then the Commonwealth Games from 28th July to 8th August represented 14 athletes for that competition, and we were able to win 2 medals. But however, almost all the athletes qualified for the finals in their events. And that was the first time we also presented a long distance athlete in the person of William Afonso. Though he placed 13th in the 5,000, yes. He ran a good time. A national record, yes. He set a national record, and that was an achievement. Then the high jump too, we had the long jump too was a record. She got a bronze. But if not for her injury, she could have made it. Because up to the last 2 jumps, she was within the gold and silver position. But the last 2 jumpers really, they jumped well in their last jumps, and that's pushed her to the bronze position. It was a very good achievement for us. Then we also had some invitational championships to Nigeria from 29th to 30th June. We sent 13 athletes, and they performed well. We wanted to test our athletes at the international level, so we were able to get 13 athletes to go for that competition. And it was okay. We got good results there. There also had another one in Togo, but it can't be the same days. The same days. The date is wrong. The Togo date is wrong. I think that one was July or okay, after the Commonwealth Games, that will be August, either August, September. Yeah. Yeah. Was it August or September? Okay, yeah, that one was after the Commonwealth Games. So we sent some 7 athletes there to also. Now these international friendlies that we do is to at least expose our athletes to the international stage so that they will run with people, athletes from different countries, and then they will also find their levels in their races or their events. And so it's a good idea that we do all those things. But the last one was supposed to be in Nigeria in December, but there was some mix-up, so we couldn't go for that one. Then, like I said, hitherto people were organizing road runs without our authorization. So we came up with the resolution, and it was in the print media, so people now realize that no, if they don't come to GA for sanctioning of their activities, they may not get the desired athletes. But we made it clear that athletes who go for such events without authorization from GA will sanction them. And so because of that, they came to GA. So we had the Omowo Marathon, which was run in Accra. We had in July, we had the Millennium Marathon in September. We had the Ghana Fastest, which also took place in September with 4 articles. We also supported. Then we have the Asim Kusia Marathon, that was in October. We had the Busa Games. Unless the CEO and other people were there, we supported them with some technical assistance and all that. Then the Waisa Games. Then there was a marathon also, the Kwau Marathon who came on, which we gave them support. That man, we will not sanction any marathon by that man again because he did not treat the athletes well, especially the female athletes. Well, for marathons, the prices are always the same. Once you advertise the marathon, you fail to specify that you want only male athletes. They must all be given the same price. They advertised, they went, he registered the females, okay, made them to run, and after running, he said these prizes were only for males. It was, so we took him on. I'm still on him as of now. I've still been following him to make sure that he does the needful. If not, we'll take legal action against him. I've been threatening him. Well, you can't let people run, then you give the males 10,000, 5,000, 3,000, then you fail to give females. And when we pushed, he gave the female only 3,000. And so we are still pushing. I reported that to Filipinos, so far, no show. Who arrest you?
He doesn't even respond to calls. He doesn't respond to calls anymore.
I reported the case to you.
He doesn't respond to, and I never met him, so I don't know who it is. I'm
giving myself, I've not met him. His calls I've calling and giving him messages.
He doesn't respond to calls.
And even what he was supposed to pay, he hasn't paid us enough. Has he paid? He hasn't paid. So as for him, we are going to.
It's not in good standing.
It's not in good standing. So we are going to blacklist him. And so these were the activities we undertook. And then I think there was some coaching course too. Was there a coaching course? Yes, there was. There was no coaching course. It was only a yeah. So, in fact, these are the activities that we undertook last year. Now, we did all this. Now, also want to state that at least during the international competitions, we had some support from the ministry. The ministry supported us with air tickets and other things to be able to participate. So we'll put on record that we had some support from the ministry, and we are grateful to them for the support. I want to also say that we are grateful to the entire GBA and all our athletes and officials who helped us in organizing all these activities in the midst of no money and all that. For some of the activities, they were organized and we couldn't get allowances for some for officials and other people. So, but the work we are doing is sacrificial, and we need to also continue to do our best. So we don't get the rewards. For sports, the rewards are not tangible. We are only developing individuals to also be able to earn a living. And so, though we don't get the tangible results, but at least the intangible ones, we see them and we appreciate all the efforts that everybody is making towards the development of athletics in the country. And we are hoping that this year at least will do better in most of the programs that we have outlined for the year. So I want to thank you very much for your support and your cooperation throughout the year, especially PAAG for coming out the first time to organize a competition. It was well organized and the patronage was good. We are hoping that you will gather more resources this year and then we will have a bigger stage for you to also have to develop athletes. So on that note, this is what I have as a report for the year. So thank you very much for listening. So now yeah, so if there are any suggestions, contributions, comments, okay,
Thank you, Mr. Chair. At times when you speak and it's not heard, it's a bit painful. The bonus is really also had a competition.
yeah,
on the 7th of
yes, is there.
no, that is Kintampo. 7th of November, Bankadi Marathon.
We didn't hear. It means we went without our consent. No. Did you seek permission from the secretary?
We organize as a region, so he's permitted.
The CEO himself is aware.
She wasn't aware.
And you didn't do
You would have been captured.
Let them finish. You finish. Yes.
We sought permission from the CEO. So
You inform us.
we informed the
That we were
CEO
doing it already.
about it, and he even contributed by giving us some ideas. Wanted to make it this year's last year's one very unique, but we didn't have that funding, so we couldn't make it that big. So we are still with his idea that this year we'll buy into his idea, we'll make it bigger.
But let me just especially what
Maybe he forgot to come.
no, the chairman, the vice chairman, and the coach called me. In fact, we visited them, we had a discussion about it. So they called me, they said they wanted to invite us to come. So when the thing was getting closer and I inquired, they have issues with funding. So I actually knew about it, but I didn't know that the program actually took place. but I was formally informed. Yes. So I gave them ideas that why they not apply, so I will add it into our national program to be part of the national plan, how we did Akushe Marathon and that marathon. That one they have not done that yet. I hope they will do that. But I'm asking for the program for the past 2 years. Yes.
What's the distance?
Road, it is the actual name is road race. Road race. And one thing that also we didn't capture is the I have for coaching cost.
Okay. Yeah, we are coming. Okay.
I have a problem with the CEO.
Yes, sir.
I would like you to hear me because it seems the programs are not following systematically. Sorry for my voice is all that.
Which program?
The marathon aspect. Yes. It is like impromptu. Most of the marathon have been impromptu because you'll be there, they'll call you. At least there's going to be a marathon here. Have you heard anything about it? Or the executives are aware of it. So most of the time, since systematically we are not getting the inflow of how the program has been going on. So I think something must be done about it.
Okay. So what we will do is that we will put.
Yes, in addition to what you said, see, yes, probably letters may come to you at the top there. But when they come, regional chairman ought to be informed that so program is coming on. So I have directed the organizer to come and see. We have received them, but from time to time, anything we do in our regions, we have to inform the CEO about it. Because we can't just accept any marathon or any program in this region without he knowing. So sometimes, just like you said, you'll be there and somebody will come, or somebody will even call you if something is going on, they want to register at least, and then you say, then I'm not aware. So I will plead with our bosses to always, because definitely the letters will come to you at the top there, but do help us by letting us know so that we can also be part of the program. In fact, few of them in Ashanti, they also came to my office, and I sat with them. I was able to join them during the early morning session, and then it was a colorful program. And then again with the program that the President gave the general overview of what transpired last year. We thank the authorities very well for doing such a wonderful work. Yes, if you look at the table, if you look at the successes, it's very nice. It is very good. But I have one thing, and I'm happy that we are now setting up a bureau where probably we may be forced to address Ghanaians on every program that we do. Just like the football coaches. The moment you finish the game 90 minutes, the coach, whether you like it or not, you are forced to address the press to tell them what went wrong. If you did well, you praise your people. If you failed in some directions, so we hear coaches also making some pronouncements. So I believe that will be good after every program, whether local or international. Let us do Ghanaians that kind of help by letting them know what went on. Thank you.
I'd like to clarify something. There are two things involved. The reason why always you keep on saying that we should inform the CEO. One, the certification of the routes. Two, the timing. Because if you inform him, you inform my boss, the technical chairman. No, you are the boss. Then you say, let's go certify the route.